California, 1968. A state basking in the glow of prosperity and cultural change, a time of peace, love, and cultural revolution. The streets were alive with the spirit of freedom and the promise of a new era. But under the golden sun, a darkness stirred. Beneath the surface of this idyllic scene, something sinister was brewing. A nightmare was about to unfold. The skies darkened, mirroring the growing sense of dread that would soon grip the state. A predator lurked in the shadows, ready to unleash his terror. He moved silently, his presence felt but unseen, a ghost in the night. This is the haunting story of the Zodiac Killer, a name that still sends shivers down the spines of those who remember the fear that gripped a nation. His reign of terror began with cryptic messages and brutal attacks. This wasn't just another murder case, it was a macabre game of cat and mouse. The authorities were baffled, the public terrified. A cunning killer toying with the authorities, the media, and the public. His letters were filled with cryptic messages, taunting the police and challenging them to catch him. He craved notoriety, reveling in the fear he instilled with every cryptic message, every bold attack. The media frenzy only fueled his desire for infamy. The Zodiac Killer became a symbol of evil, his name synonymous with unsolved terror. His identity remains a mystery, a dark shadow over the Golden State, a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk beneath the surface. December 20th, 1968. The first whispers of a monster. Two teenagers, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, found lifeless in their car on a lover's lane. Shot at close range, their young lives brutally cut short. A seemingly random act of violence, but this was only the beginning. Months later, another couple, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau, were attacked. Darlene tragically died, but Michael survived, his harrowing account adding chilling details to the emerging narrative. A hooded figure, a blinding light, and the chilling words that would change everything. I like killing people because it is so much fun. The Zodiac Killer had announced his arrival. The Bay Area held its breath, a collective anxiety gripping the hearts of its residents. Fear, like a virus, spread through the community, infecting every corner of the city. People locked their doors, peered through their windows and whispered in hushed tones about the terror that lurked in the shadows. The Zodiac, emboldened by his early successes, continued his reign of terror. His cryptic letters and ciphers taunted the police and the public, each one more chilling than the last. The newspapers were filled with his threats, and the city was on edge. Cecilia Shepard and Brian Hartnell, enjoying a peaceful picnic at Lake Berryessa, became his next victims. What started as a serene afternoon by the water turned into a nightmare they could never have imagined. A chilling detail, the killer approached them, wearing a hooded costume with a strange symbol emblazoned on the front, a crossed circle. This bizarre attire added an extra layer of horror to the already terrifying encounter. Then a taxi driver, Paul Stein, became the final confirmed victim. On a quiet night, he picked up a fare that would lead to his untimely death. Shot in the head in a seemingly random act of violence, his murder sent shockwaves through the community. The randomness of the act made it all the more terrifying. But the Zodiac, in a chilling letter to the press, claimed responsibility. His words were cold and calculated, a stark reminder of the danger that still loomed. He even included a piece of Steiner's shirt as proof, a macabre trophy of his heinous act. This gruesome token was a message to the city. He was still out there watching, waiting, and ready to strike again. The Zodiac Killer wasn't content with just murder. He craved attention, recognition, a twisted form of fame and infamy. His calling card cryptic messages, often coded, sent to newspapers and media outlets. He taunted the police, boasted about his crimes, and threatened further bloodshed. These weren't the ramblings of a madman, but the calculated messages of a cunning mind. Some of the ciphers were solved, revealing chilling insights into the killer's psyche and motives. Others remain unbroken, their secrets locked away, a testament to the enduring mystery of the Zodiac. Section 5. Faces in the Fog. The suspect list. The investigation was intense. Every lead was chased, every potential witness interviewed. Arthur Lee Allen, a former teacher with a history of violence, emerged as a prime suspect. His handwriting bore similarities to the Zodiac's, and circumstantial evidence linked him to the crimes. But concrete proof remained elusive. Then there was Ross Sullivan, another individual who drew the attention of investigators. His appearance resembled police sketches and his background raised red flags. But like Allen, the evidence against him was ultimately circumstantial. The years passed, suspects came and went, but the Zodiac's true identity remained shrouded in mystery. Section 6. Dead ends and false leads. The investigation stalls. Years turned into decades. The trail went cold. The Zodiac, it seemed, had vanished like a ghost. Had he died? Moved on to a new life, leaving his deadly past behind? The questions lingered, unanswered. The case, though never officially closed, faded from the headlines. But for the families of the victims, the pain and the need for answers remained. The Zodiac Killer, despite his silence, continued to cast a long shadow over their lives. The cipher's silence, unraveling the enigma. What drove the Zodiac? Was he a psychopath, driven by a need for control and power, or was there a deeper, more complex motive behind his actions? The unsolved ciphers hold tantalizing clues, but their secrets remain elusive. Experts in cryptography and linguistics have dedicated years to cracking the codes, hoping to uncover the killer's identity and bring closure to this decades-old mystery. The Zodiac, it seems, crafted a puzzle too complex to solve, a final insult to the authorities he so effortlessly outwitted. A legacy of fear, the Zodiac's shadow. The Zodiac Killer may have vanished into the mists of time, but his impact on society is undeniable. He changed the way people viewed safety, instilling a sense of vulnerability that lingered long after his final confirmed murder. His case became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and even Hollywood films. The Zodiac, in a perverse twist of fate, achieved the notoriety he so desperately craved, his name forever etched in the annals of criminal history. The hunt continues, echoes in the present. The shadows of the past still linger, casting a long and haunting presence over the present day. Even today, the case continues to fascinate and frustrate in equal measure. Detectives, both professional and amateur, find themselves ensnared in the web of mystery that the Zodiac Killer left behind. The allure of solving one of history's most infamous cold cases is irresistible. Amateur sleuths and armchair detectives pore over the evidence, determined to crack the code and unmask the killer. They gather in online forums, share theories, and dissect every piece of available information, hoping to find that one clue that everyone else missed. New technologies offer hope, allowing investigators to re-examine old evidence with fresh eyes. Advances in forensic science have opened up new avenues of investigation that were previously unimaginable. DNA analysis, once a futuristic concept, is now a reality, offering the tantalizing possibility of finally putting a name to the monster who terrorized California. The ability to extract and analyze genetic material from decades-old evidence has breathed new life into the case. The internet, a tool unimaginable in the Zodiac's era, has become a virtual hunting ground, a place where theories are shared, debated, and dissected. Online communities are dedicated to solving the mystery, pooling their collective knowledge and resources. Will the digital age, with its unprecedented access to information and connectivity, be the key to finally solving this enduring mystery? The world watches and waits, hoping that the answers are out there, just waiting to be discovered. The hunt for the Zodiac Killer continues, echoing through the corridors of time as each new generation takes up the challenge. Will justice prevail? A haunting question. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror may have ended decades ago, but the questions linger. Will we ever know the face behind the hood, the mind behind the madness? Will the families of his victims ever find the closure they so desperately deserve? The case serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved, some wounds may never fully heal, but the pursuit of justice, like the human spirit, endures. And perhaps one day, the darkness that has shrouded this case for so long will finally give way to the light of truth.